Hi! This time I am going to talk about two things of general use, tips for game masters and players. But they also have to do with something that I talked about with Rick and Shoner. I'm going to tag them in the description of this video. First, this particular tip is related to how to describe things better as a game master. How to avoid having a conversation with your players, because the game master does not exist in the game world. You want to describe whatever their characters are looking at, what they are touching, what they are smelling, etc. But you don't want to communicate that in a conversational way. I have made a video about this before. It's quite awful when you're like, so you kind of like see this big tower, and it has like this kind of like grayish color, and there is like an entrance. No, you see a tower in front of you. The stones are of a grayish color. There is an entrance, and the door is open. You see, it's kind of like it pulls you into the game world. You are not having a conversation, you are not listening to a conversation being enacted or communicated by the game master. The game master doesn't exist in the game world. He is basically the senses of the player characters, whatever they see, they listen to, they smell, they touch. The game master must describe that. In order to achieve immersion, you must eliminate that sense of having someone talking to you as if it was a normal conversation. In order to accomplish this description, this true immersion through roleplay, the game master needs to perfectly experience the game world by himself. He needs to truly feel, see, touch, hear, smell, whatever he or she is communicating to the players, not as a conversation, but rather as a way to explore the game for the players. The players are going to be exploring the fictional environment through the description of the game master, not through a conversation. So in the case of that tower, I first see the tower. I see it, and I am describing it. You can do this little exercise. Take a look at any place, any object, any person in your everyday life and describe it. Pick up whatever, this eraser, and you can say, there is a rectangular looking eraser. It is of a white tone, but it has been stained by tones of gray and a little bit of black because of what has been erased using this object. So you're kind of like just describing what you see. In the case of a smell, imagine that something smells pretty bad. Your nose catches the stench of rotting meat and a sweetness. You see, like, so if you don't experience that for yourself, then you are going to start having a conversation with your players, and that won't be immersive. They will start to listen to you as if you are a person communicating things to them, instead of just being a means to experience the game world, because the game master does not exist in the game world. So maybe this could be of use for Rick. Rick, if you want to describe things better without having a conversation, without just describing things in a conversational way, rather pure description, immersive, pure information, without having that presence of you being some sort of guy telling the players what they are seeing, rather just giving importance to the senses of the players in the fictional environment. Visualize, smell, feel, hear, whatever it is that you want to communicate to the players. And that way it will be pure description. not a conversation. Very different. It's kind of like, you know, it has like this tone, and you kind of see like, so basically it's like, no. You see this and that, and you can hear this. And there is this smell from this or that. It really pulls you in. It is quite enchanting, quite mystifying. Now, this next tip for Shoner. Maybe Shoner, well, it all depends, because Shoner wanted to practice roleplay in first person, but he's more of a third person type of role player. I have already said in another video that it is possible to roleplay through third person because you are still in control of your character. You are in character because you are in control of your character. But Shoner wanted to experiment in first person. He is not used to that. This is going to be my tip, not only for Shoner, but for anyone else who wants to attempt that. Maybe Shoner won't like this tip, but I would recommend that if you truly want to roleplay in first person, don't think of the session as a movie. Think of it as real life. The I see this, I see that, I smell this, I put on my suit, I draw out my weapon, I open the door, all of that in the I, first person. If you think of it as a movie, you're always going to have your awareness separated from the character, and you will start to talk in third person. Shoner has said in other streams, in other videos, that he looks at role-playing games and other things in general as movies. But in a movie, you are not the character. You are not there. You are watching at the character from the screen, looking at the character from the screen. So there is always a separation. And I think that's where the tendency of speaking in third person originates. Joe runs towards the wall. Jill jumps over the crate. But when you are there, when you forget about the movie and you are in the flesh of that fictional character, I run towards the wall. I jump over the crate. I do this, I do that. And once you get into that mindset, it's going to be very easy to roleplay in first person. But of course, this is only if you want to roleplay in first person. Like I said, it's still valid to roleplay in third person. Well, these are just a couple of tips. I didn't think I would have time to make this video today because I am busy preparing for the next part of the Ravenhawk session. I am going to be uploading that session around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I hope you will watch it. So thank you to everyone for watching this video, and thanks to everyone as well for your likes and your comments. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.